Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Four news stories for you. Firstly, huge rallies were taken out across Ethiopia today. I predicted almost a week ago that on the 2nd of April we could see massive rallies in Ethiopia. Secondly, ONLF, an ONLF former commander, has held a meeting with Mustafa Umar, Somali region's president. Is ONLF splitting? Is the ONLF but is issuing statements while based abroad relevant in Somali region's politics? Thirdly, 8 workers have been kidnapped in the Amhara region. 17 have been kidnapped. Around 24 hours ago, they were kidnapped. And lastly, I want to share with you what is happening in Turkiye. Turkey is a key player in the Horn of Africa, Ethiopian government's ally, Somalia's ally, but at home in Turkey, a crisis is unfolding, things getting out of control, protests, consumer boycott, arrests. Lot is happening there. Details for you in this video. First, viewers, today major rallies were taken out across Ethiopia to celebrate PM Abiy's coming to power. On the 2nd of April 2018, he came to power. He assumed office, and for the last 7 years, he has been serving as the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. He served in interim capacity for around 3 years. Then he got himself elected through a very controversial election, boycotted by opposition parties. I said a few days ago that Prosperity Party was planning for a major show on the 2nd of April in connection with PM Abiy's coming to power. Confirmed now, we saw major rallies. I'll do a detailed analysis of these rallies in tonight's live chat because viewers want a special live chat session about PM Abiy's 7-year tenure. Some contacted me. That is why I'll speak in detail on this development, on the rallies in support of PM Abiy and his 7-year tenure in a live chat after around an hour. At 1800 GMT, I'll be back. Looking forward to seeing you with your questions and comments. Free to express your views. So whether you are pro Abiy, anti Abiy, pro Amhara, anti Amhara, whichever group you're from, no problem. Just express your views neutrally. You'll be welcomed. Looking forward to seeing you. Now, remaining theme news stories. Firstly, ONLF is split. It seems that an OLF commander who worked as a commander during armed struggle has held a meeting with Mustafa Umar. Mustafa Umar is dividing the Ogaden National Liberation Front, ONLF. A few days ago issued a statement threatening Chinese companies, warning them against exploring for oil and gas in the region of Ethiopia. It announced to review its peace deal with the government signed in 2018. It said it could consider alternative ways to protect the rights of Ogaden people. It was being said that ONLF might take up arms again. But it's aimed that Prosperity Party-led Somali government of Mustafa Umar has created divisions in the in Ogaden National Liberation Front. An ONLF commander met with Mustafa Umar 2 days ago. His name is Kalbi Dahaga. He served as deputy commander of ONLF's armed wing during armed struggle. His his full name is Abdi Karim Sheikh Mose. It is called Kalbi Dahaga. Mustafa Umar met with this commander and after that issued a statement saying that he met with the Kalbi Dahaga and that diaspora-based individuals are working to gain political foothold in the Somali region. They have political agenda and they want to create communal divisions in the Somali region. Basically, Mustafa Umar said that he has managed to that ONLF is on his side, that the ONLF is issuing statements about warning, about threats to Chinese companies are not representative of Ogaden people, Somali people. They have no presence in the Somali region of Ethiopia. Abdirahman's ONLF group, by the way, stays abroad. It's based abroad. How influential is it in the Somali region of Ethiopia? It's not clear. It has not been active politically in Somali region. It has been boycotting elections. It met with the PP government officials, but some meetings were held abroad too. So how relevant, how significant, how important is ONLF Abdirahman? That remains to be seen. Once this side decides to take action, decides to change the course of its action, then we'll see the real strength of ONLF Abdirahman group. Meanwhile, PP is trying to create divisions in ONLF. Mustafa Umar has managed to struck a deal with another party, Congress for Somali Cause. Congress for Somali Cause leader Muhammad Olad split with PP. He fell out with Mustafa Umar and he went into exile a few years ago. But reportedly, he has returned to Somali region. He has reached a deal with Mustafa Umar. Mustafa Umar is reaching settlements with his opponents, trying to pave the way for next election. ONLF is boycotting meetings with the government. And Ola, we know, invited ONLF. Will the two form alliance? Let's see. Thirdly, viewers, the 17 aid workers have been kidnapped in the Amhara region. Incident happened in Arsima village, Chilga, Wareda, central Gondar. It happened on Monday, reportedly. The humanitarian workers work for Plan Ethiopia, which is an NGO working in Ethiopia, who kidnapped the aid workers, or they kidnapped by Fano fighters or Kimant fighters, because both are operating in this area, Chilga. No confirmation. I have not seen any statement from Fano or Kimant fighters. But kidnapping of 17 aid workers confirmed. The Amhara region in the grip of a humanitarian crisis. These aid organizations working to alleviate the suffering of people. If they're not allowed to work, it will obviously lead to more problems for the people of the Amhara region. Amhara region needs humanitarian support. It needs aid organizations to work. Lastly, we have Turkiye, gripped by an internal crisis. Turkey is a key player in the Horn of Africa, but at home in Turkey, protests ongoing for several weeks now, almost 3 weeks now, protests ongoing in Turkey. Istanbul mayor was arrested by Erdogan's government. Istanbul mayor is from opposition party. Erdogan is from Justice and Development Party, and Istanbul mayor is from an opposition party called Republic People's Party. Imam Ikram Imamoglu is the name of the Istanbul mayor. A strong contender for next election. His party nominated him as the presidential candidate. So he was due to contest election against Erdogan, presidential election. Now he was serving as Istanbul mayor, but he was preparing to be the next challenger to Erdogan. He was arrested last month on the 19th of March. He was charged with having links with Kurdistan Workers' Party, Kurd group, which is declared a terrorist group in Turkey. He was accused of having criminal networks, extorting money, etc. The arrest of Ikram led to start of protests by students, by his party workers in Istanbul, other parts of Turkey. Government launched a crackdown. Thousands were arrested. 300 are still in custody. 300 students are in custody. Now, the opposition party, Republic People's Party, has announced a boycott of commodity purchase for one day. Today was the day when the party asked its people not to buy anything, especially not to buy things of those companies which are aligned with uh, Erdogan. Erdogan government has launched a crackdown on those who are calling for boycott of consumer goods sold at markets. So, the crisis. Turkey has been facing economic crisis for some years, recent years. But now these protests are exacerbating the economic conditions in the country. Erdogan is accused of tolerating no opposition. He does not allow opposition to operate freely in Turkey. He's built a network, all his family members, his party members in top positions, in and those in top positions in private sector also aligned with his party. Party in power for over 20 years. Erdogan, his party, President Development Party, in power for over 20 years. Now challenged by opposition party, an opposition candidate arrested. Let's see how this conflict ends, but it seems that we could see more political unrest in Turkey. Erdogan seems bent on crushing opposition. Thank you for watching.